see if he's worked any miracles in the last few days, because their Overpass, the last time we saw it, wasn't impressive. But this team, we're still learning a lot. That Inferno result, that is a huge scalp. We have to take this squad seriously now. 24th in the world, who cares? They took map off the world #1. Let's get underway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time, map 2, and it's time for Na'Vi to pull up their socks, their Na'Vi branded socks, I would hope, and start off Overpass in a much better footing than they did on Inferno. They went down so early into the Inferno, it felt like it was always an upward trajectory for OG. Well, a new map, a clean slate. Let's see how they plan to start this one off. NBK gets so much info. I'm not sure if he spotted the bomb there. It could very well have been, yeah. Simple's relocating. Electronic doesn't have armor, so NBK is favored in that duel, but now he's getting overwhelmed by 2 of them. Nice work from Electronic to return to support. And so early first blood drawn. Same Simple and Kevlar vest. It does make sense putting the P250 and the armor on the only player to actually keep up with the fragging on our first map.
Well, it's a massive advantage for Na'Vi, but they had plenty of those on the first map. Need to convert this one. Their map pick here. And with Dust 2 as the third, we said if it gets there, OG are in a lot of trouble, but they are playing fantastically well today. Still in the 5-on-4. It's been a slow game from Na'Vi, finishing up towards bomb sides with about the 20-second mark. They've doubled it this time. They're going in with 40 seconds to spare. So not as much chaos as Simple completely destroys Alexi B, and Issa does have something to say about it. Answering back from Heaven, he does get 1 kill in their favor. The first of 4 more required.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they're going to come from, though, to be honest. I mean, Valda's flank may render him 1. I see Electronic checking this, though. And so now, what on earth can you do? There's so many corners to check, so many different Z-axis. You've got to clear lower, higher. It's getting awkward. Valda's shots cost him his entire health pool, which does mean that this round is going Na'Vi's way. Simple just needs his 3rd frag. 1 bullet would do it. Oh, 1 bullet does it for Issa as well. And Simple picks up a 4K that I'm not supposed to get excited about. Nice work picking up the first.
That was very nice stuff, and I expect to see a lot of this. So just to talk through some of the woes we were noting within that game against Virtus Pro, was there were a lot of gaps that were left within rotations and timings, and that's something that you can only really pick up on a map like Overpass if you're playing it a lot. Those natural timings of when the Ts could have pushed long and flanking you if you're the sole A defender holding bathrooms, for example, knowing when gaps have been left open by your teammates. Overpass is one that can be very, very strugglesome in that regard. And it will be the force buy, well, not the full force buy, but the upgrade of pistols for OG here.
Yeah, good point. They have been good at winning these rounds. They did so on Inferno as well. Second round on their CT side, managed to bounce back from the pistol deficit. It's the same approach from Na'Vi. 4 SMGs and 1 rifle.
They love it.
Yeah, they did this before in Inferno. It didn't work out for them, and there is a bit of aggression towards Connector here. Perfecto. We'll just close the door and get out of it.
I always find it so comical. It's almost something out of a cartoon. Just closing the door. No, thank you. We're not interested. But it seems like I am now, because Mantu's already got the first and Issa's got the second.
Dear.
Not a repeat of Inferno, surely.
They're going 1 by 1. The old classic.
That's full control of water. Where's that bomb? It's completely loose towards Fountain for now. So with this disadvantage that's been clawing back now thanks to Electronics frag, you do still see a man advantage for OG.
Are they going to try and get Flamey down the ladder? Really?
Do it, Flamey.
Oh, it actually works out. The timing is perfect. Well then, Simple. You've been brought back into this round. He has the Krieg, the only rifle available. See now if he can use these footsteps to his advantage. Smokes are coming in towards the site. MBK, you're in trouble, my friend. Simple knows exactly where you are, and here come the Molotovs.
Oh, I kind of loved the smoke to reposition to Optimus, but it's not going to get him what he wanted. Instead, it's going to be a site plant, and Na'Vi digging their heels in. This is a 3v5. These 3 surviving members of Na'Vi have managed to manufacture up against the Deagle and the Kevlar vests. Of course, no helmet for Valda, as you can see his health pool just disappear after the MAC-10 does connect. He'll just have to accept and cut his losses back away, preserve the weapon. We will see 2-0 for Na'Vi, getting off to a good start. Need to convert the 3rd as well. Will be coming up next and should be expected to do so.
After losing the first 2 frags as well, good bounce back there. I'm not sure if that was OG being too aggressive or Na'Vi just playing it very well. Either way, managing to claw back those 2 kills they lost in surprising fashion there towards the connector, and end up with 3 surviving. So no harm, no foul. We are going to have Electronic with 2 kills on that MP7, taking it straight up to $5,000 here. RP7, not as popular these days, but nice to see it make a rare appearance. This was a shot right up there towards the connector, through the door, straight to the head of Boomich.
And Electronic was very quick to adjust to make that MP7 work. He's got his SMG of choice, trying to be a bit of a hipster. Throws it over to Boomich as he gets himself a Krieg. Makes a lot of sense. Simple, Flamey, and Electronic. The three names I'd be listing as their god-tier riflers.
This is a still kind of scary round, right? Because this has saved the MAC-10 with the Deagle, so they've been able to drop that other Deagle across to Alexi B. Valda hit some bangers of Deagle shots over there on Inferno. I'm not letting Na'Vi off the hook just yet. I need to see some very convincing rounds coming out of them to know if we're stabilizing back to the team that we've all come to know and love, or if OG are here to play today and Inferno was just a masterclass from them.
Yeah, the answers are coming. Towards long. How does Electronic check this one out? Oh, wow. That's a very clean first two kills. He actually connects into Issa as well on the rock. Will eventually fall to the Man 2 USP. Nice stack towards long to at least take one of those rifles away, but unfortunately nowhere near a CT that could actually have made good use of it. It's been picked up already.
Alexi B, the only player who can do something with this round now. Does manage to recover the MAC-10.
Loses half of his life to pick up that MAC-10. There could be more to follow. Yep, nade down to 20. Nice work to suppress this, but Na'Vi, they have to be cautious. They're treading lightly because they know that, yes, it's a 3v3, and yes, all the weapons are favoring them. There is still just one mistake away from an advantage to OG, and they've got 35 seconds to get this bomb down.
Smoke towards the end of long here from Simple. Allow them to get close towards the bomb site here, but the Deagles, the CZs, they can thrive in this sort of environment.
25 seconds.
This is Alexi B going for the old nutmeg, Chad. He's going to sit inside the smoke. Low HP, why not?
He might
with
get
this
away
time
with it
remaining,
too.
they might even just walk past him. Oh, this could be perfect. On 20 HP, not quite. They're aware of all the tricks. I think everyone is at this point, and it will be Flamey to confirm the round here. Even with 5 seconds remaining, there's no chance they lose this. MBK is nowhere to be seen, and it will be bomb planted, round over, maybe a MAC-10 to recover at the top end. But a nice try from Lexi B. I like the idea.
Yeah, look, they're making these rounds still dangerous, and Na'Vi having to walk around on eggshells after just a blunderfield first map, really, where they didn't show up in any way that they were hoping. They have to now walk through the paces of this as if they were versing Astralis again, right? You're down a map, every round counts. OG have already shown that they can fight you with what Counter-Strike you're bringing today. We heard from Blade, obviously we had him for the pre-match interview, was talking about how with the schedule, it's 5 matches in a row. That has changed from stage 1 to stage 2. Stage 2, it's consecutive. Stage 1, we went day on, day off, day on, day off. Gave you a bit more prep time.
Yeah.
You're relying on prep to get you through these games, then you might be struggling right here as the timeout, sorry, US Air Force brought to you by OG, who have taken it this time round.
Damn, that's not a particularly encouraging statistic, is it? OG have won 4 of 17 of their series in 2-0 fashion. 4.
Yeah, it looks very likely to be a third at this stage, but this round will be indicative as to what sort of game we can expect. OG do have the sniper in the hands of Man 2 now. They have the rifles out as well. Sure, it was a rough start, but they lost a pistol. It tends to happen, especially when Simple gets 4 kills on a P250 in the pistol round. We are going to see a B lean from 3 players here. Electronic focusing towards middle, just showing a bit of presence there. Doesn't commit towards playground, just suggesting that someone could be. Nades towards the boost, and right now, Na'Vi looking very assertive outside the B area, walking up towards short. Simple leads the way.
They just smoked Monster at the same time. So, if the Electronic got away with that territory for free, a late B could have been on the cards. Now it might have to be a quicker B because the flank could come in.
That's a nasty way for Valda to go. Over the smoke, on the sandbags. Just a perfect tight line into the dome of the Dane. Puts us back into a 4v4 game. 60 seconds on the clock. Alexi's got something in store for us. Is that a monster smoke? That looked too easy. What a lovely monster smoke that is. You can throw that so comfortably. No faffing around with lineups and pixels. That looked very nice from the Finn.
Simple set up the flashbang here. It's Perfecto to lead the way. Flamey wants to get the smoke down first, then the flashbang will come in. So once that's established and they feel like they're ready to go towards Monster, Simple's going to flash them in. He's going to lock from short. Flashes won't do too much for Issa. He's ready for him, and oh my goodness, it's working out very nicely. Alexi B does substantial damage towards Perfecto as well. 20 seconds remaining on Simple, still towards shore. So difficult to remove him from these positions, and even on 12 HP, he's still got a good chance of winning this. Has to recover the bomb first. Where is it? Finds it. It's 10 seconds remaining, though. They don't have an HE. Yes, they do. They can deny this without even having to look at it. There we go. Comes in, touchdown.
MBK with the start and the finish to that round. He took down Electronic and Simple. So pretty good stuff from MBK, taking out the two biggest
kills.
threats.
Yeah, that's a pretty damn good list of scalps to be collecting up against NAVI. Not bad, and a big first round for OG and the first kills from MBK.
Just to note, with MBK being spotted so aggressively on the first gun round, that is going to force one of two things out of NAVI. You can either just go faster into the B bomb site, knowing that rotation is going to be forever away, or you need to now go and fight that. You need to push up through connector and suffocate them so they can't just continue to take that territory.
Wow, look how much they just ran through the Molotov.
Yeah, well, they didn't extinguish it, so they're suggesting that no one's actually gone fast towards Playground, so I guess that's just taking a little bit of damage, and there's a chance they might not assume you're towards long. But they actually have 3 players there, all things considered, and they do have a pretty decent buy. We'll see whether this causes any sort of reaction. You can see MBK alone on A, checking towards long now. He does smoke it, actually, towards the end, just to buy a little bit of time, not feeling 100% secure as his teammates hunt for intel here, pushing offshore. Flamey ready for it.
Yeah, but he's going to get traded. Traveling in pairs does bear fruit then for OG. He was just the lurk, and they're going to start piecing it together. You can see the CT side. They had 4 players B. Now they've got 2 invested deeply in towards the A bomb site. Smoke up long for their progress. Looks like Navi are changing their plan. Back to the drawing board. Perfecto through underpass. Are they going to rotate all the way back around? Boomich is suggesting it by clearing out T-spawn. Ooh.
They do like to run down the clock.
Alexi's vacating it. B. They're completely
They're
rotating.
gamble stacking here. Off of what? Off of, it must be one of these gut calls from Alexi. That's the only reason they'd be doing this.
They did say he likes to call those sometimes. Everyone should stack A. I've got this. He did throw a smoke towards the short position, but there's no one on the side. Alexi will vault down and actually try and defend this now, knowing they're coming in towards B. He's in a lot of trouble. No one behind him, but the smoke still stands true. Incendiary to deny the plant. Might be a bit late. Let's get this smoke down as well, so we can't do much with this. Flames do land, though.
And they've caught Boomich. There's no one on the bomb. Nobody can plant. They're going to lose the round by virtue of the clock. There's nothing Simple can do. Electronic scarpering towards spawn with the Krieg, and it will be the second for OG.
There we go. Again,
wow.
We said the time has been an issue for them. They keep making these calls to go back towards B. Alexi B had actually called for a stack at A, but that one smoke he had at short, that locked him out for 20 seconds. When they actually had to commit, 15 left on the clock, and the absolute chaos ensues. Everyone's trying to contribute by throwing their utility on the side, trying to get that bomb planted. It's very messy, and it all falls apart. And they will have 2 saved weapons, though. That's going to be Electronic and Simple. Another force buy. We know they enjoy them. Early stages of T side, no big deal here. They can go for this if they really want to. And it might work out for them, especially if Anti misses that shot and gets Perfecto, the first kill of the CZ.
That's going to work out wonderfully. He's going to be putting in out the AWP. Not known to be an Orber, but certainly going to be happy to contribute with more than just the CZ75 for the rest of this round. And now Electronic is taking a whole lot of space for free very quickly into the piece. He's calling long clear, walked up all the way beyond the normal CT control, so he can call this entirely his domain.
It's important that he's hidden on that right-hand side for the CTs, or for him it would be the left-hand side, I suppose, of that position, is because when you're jump picking like Issa is right now, you're not expecting players to have already crossed. You can see his crosshair placement is not going with the rifle to that side of the screen. He's still holding a very, very wide angle. So Electronic, with the territory, doesn't look like he's done a lot. There you go, now the jig's up.
Yeah, Issa gets a lot off that one, but admittedly it's quickly paired by more utility. We'll have the attention drawn anyway. I think Alexi fancies something a bit naughty here. They're going for the boost.
Oh, they're going to wreck this. They're going to ruin the boost.
They're stacking up. Both of them are trying to boost. It's getting real awkward in the battlefield. Na'Vi have got a frag. Issa's gone down. MBK looking to claw one back. 30 seconds. They have to find a site at some point. Simple's got the bomb and MBK's got a double. Simple with only 17 health. They may not make it to a site again. Boomich is exposed. MBK's on for a mad one. He can even find 4. Simple goes down. NBK with the quad kill to win the third. There's nothing Electronic can do.
That's wild from MBK. It happens again. They get the opening kills, all the map control, the timer runs low, and MBK strikes. It's the Krieg that's on for the ace at this point. Electronic $0, 0 teammates, and now 0 time. He will have to wait until the next round to have any sort of impact, as it's completely shut down by NBK. They recover all the T-sided weapons as well, and we go 3-3. Money is wrecked. Electronic gets no extra income after surviving the previous round with no bomb planted, and his teammates only getting $2,400 loss bonus as well. They are pretty much full eco here. NBK, just as they were down a man, looked like it was going to fall apart. He manages to find a bit of wiggle room here and absolutely dunk on them. With his final kill towards Symbol, he had the bomb as well. Round confirmed.
This is the same trap Na'Vi found themselves in with the CT side of their Inferno game. The constant buying and forced buy scenarios and the saved guns. It keeps tricking you into thinking that you can make these rounds happen, and normally Na'Vi can pull them off. But OG, they're actually standing tall.
And on a map that they're much less versed with than Inferno. Electronic takes the nade from Valder as a cue to walk through the smoke. He's right to find the space. He's just taken their head off of Valder. Okay, well, that's one way to open up the round. When you've only got one rifle, Electronic takes some initiative, and he takes a headshot too.
We've had mid-round aggression before, right, from OG to equalize up in some of these situations, but they're not really mounted anywhere to do so right now. They will just have to stay in a 1-3 formation.
They love getting these opening picks. That hasn't been a problem, but that jump down might be. Sound cue given away. Might suggest there's 2 players there, but certainly someone. And 40 seconds again. They have 1 smoke here. Electronic will be the one to throw it. But they're so far away from a bomb site here. It does beg the question again, will they be beaten by the buzzer?
The clock, the 6th man for OG at this point.
NBK needs 2 here minimum.
That's the first, a clean one. What a scout to take as well. Simple gets dropped. They're making some noise as well. Flaming needs a quick 1D, not going to happen. The Krieg just devours him here. Perfecto's been spotted. The Shadow has given him up, and NBK can pre-fire this, which he will. And that's towards Lock. On for another ace here. He doesn't get the 4-4-5th, but he's done damage towards Boomich. Is the bomb being planted? Yes, it is. Down towards Optimus. A chance here with the Krieg. Electronic. Already got 2 kills.
Staying for the Angel, and he does win it out, but Mantu's quick to trade, which puts Boomich in his unarmored Glock clutch. He switches the burst fire as a nade explodes behind him. He's down to 29. There should be no universe where Boomich does anything with this.
Well, he said it from stun to kill, and unfortunately, it'll be him that's taken down. It will be OG picking up their 4th round, Chad, 4 in a row. On a map we didn't think they would stand a chance.
Yeah, and stats tell the story that they shouldn't. Some of these rounds have been a little bit shaky. They've come down to the details there, and NBK in 2 back-to-back rounds has done a gargantuan job. An individual who within the OG roster, before they've come into the Pro League, his stats were not looking fantastic, but it feels like he's reinvented himself, at least here, because some good signs now. 9 kills to his name.
Currently, Electronic sat 3-on-1 in opening duels.
Okay.
And that's in the last couple of rounds as well. He's managed to actually find these openings, so they're not being converted due to the likes of NBK sticking the landing. As we'll get into round number 8 here, you can see Mantu just looking away from the flashbangs to kick things off. Happy to challenge out, and so it's Valder overcommits though. That spray a little bit too long. It does lead them to an equal trade. That was on the other side of the map though. Mantu will be taking out Electronic. Simple at 14. This hamstrings him going into the next situation here. Incendiary down, and Boomich walks into the spray. Great stuff from Alexi B there. He should be down.
I mean, he was full flash. Yeah, he just got that kill blind. His teammates are telling him he got the kill. Flamey does well to find the nade kill, but as soon as they have just a burst of momentum, it's a chill your beans. He does. He can realize just how under scrutiny he is, and that smoke completely denies any Na'Vi rotate.
Yeah, they're locked in now. They have to go towards B. They know it. CTs know it. And you can see Issa's actually retreated all the way up towards Long.
That was fast.
Yeah, he's just bailed out. And NBK's joining him at A as well.
They're worried about the connector gap right now because that would be the biggest point that the T's could take space off of. They're just putting the brakes on. They're waiting for any audibles. They're more than happy to just posture here. They knew that they were trapped in from that position. I think Na'Vi thought that the claws were in a little bit deeper, and OG thought that there was a bigger gap than there actually was.
They assumed they'd locked in, but they actually could have got out through connector. They just had the door closed. They had no one in there. They couldn't take that risk, I suppose. Smoke towards heaven. Flamey now with 25 seconds. A flashbang will come through as 2 teammates will focus towards Monster, but MBK this time silenced. Mansu though with the AWP. Can he connect the dots here? Needs another kill, but Simple on low HP keeps the dream alive. With 15 seconds remaining here, it's up to Issa. He does find Simple. 1 versus 1 now. Knows exactly where the last player is. He's on the bomb side. Perfecto behind the pillar. Drops the Molotov. But Issa gets through it. This shot, who will come out on top? Perfecto brought in for his clutch ability. Not the most difficult one, but does manage to nail it. 4-4.
Needed that.
Just to note, Simple immediately was looking behind because Issa was the guy who originally flanked. If he had gone with his gut, which was obviously to rotate all the way back to A through the long position, and he'd come through spawn or CT, maybe he would have had a more advantageous position right there. But his mindfulness here to play a passive angle like that in case he was getting aggressed on, I thought he had done enough. But Perfecto still manages to win out these 1v1s.
It's a huge round to pick up as well. The damage they've done on these low buys have left low G with just pistols here. They don't force buy, they've gone for belly. A partial, this would be in eco territory. Nades towards the boost position. No one there to receive them. This is a must-win round for Na'Vi. Give this one up to the CZs with no armor. It's gone all sorts of wrong for you. Short control found. MBK, I don't think he gets a kill. Electronic with a shoulder peek, gets the information, puts him down. Same story for Perfecto. Couple of kills for him, just wants to get the hell out of there now.
And just Valda remaining with the Perfecto's third. Good to get some frags on the board for Perfecto. Flamey's going to find the last frag he needs, and that's the end of that. 5 for Na'Vi to each side of our second map, and it's their pick, so they are looking to translate this into a third. We have got none other than Dust2 waiting.
That'll be a banger.
Yeah, I mean, both of those teams have actually won their previous series on Dust2.
I might foresee a pace change coming out from Na'Vi now.
Ooh, nice shot. What kind of pace? Slow? Fast?
I think they might just do something more as a unit and less mid-roundy, just because at this point of the game, they've already guaranteed themselves 5 rounds. Obviously, you want as many as you can, but that is quick. Valda and Mantu just maul them with the aggression. Simple. Can he do anything? We'll grab one with the AWP. He's going to force the CTs now to be on notice. They will drop back. They've done more than enough.
Did he tag NVK as well with that frag? Because I don't know where Nathan's health had disappeared to. Might have been another player throwing some bullets down range, but it could very well have just been that one AWP bullet.
Could have been. The man advantage for OG now with Flamey encroaching up towards shore. His teammate's got the bomb. That's Boomich with the bomb on his back. They are going to choose B as their final destination, but Alexi B ribs Flamey away from the group. And that's going to actually cause enough confusion to find Boomich as well. Bomb down, Simple left and out. 4 versus 1. Smoked out a short. His options are very limited to say the very least here, as MBK's really going for a huge backstab here. Simple probably kills him, to be fair. It's kind of kill he finds, but this time he misses.
Yeah, it was a no-scope from... He's on the moon. He's no-scoped MBK. I could see that. He's pretty good.
He's not bad. Here's Valda, though, aggressive at the very start of the round. Finds himself a couple of kills with Man2.
Here we go.
Of course, Simple came in and had other ideas, but wasn't quite enough towards the end. 5-5, OG, keeping this one competitive. Now have T-sided weaponry. Galil, not the most appealing, but still. It will help them out to save some cash going forward. LXB invests in the grenades. They Molotov off towards short here. Another pretty standard round from Na'Vi. Focusing towards playground. They've already got through the initial incendiaries. They've got Boomage watching the extremities of the map towards Monster. Flamey is short. Is looking for any boosted players right now.
And
speaking of which,
way, yeah.
Hello.
Either side of the wall. Oh, Flamey gets caught by the very thing he was designed to find. That's nasty. 4 versus 5 then. Na'Vi working at a disadvantage for round 11.
Well, Boomage has made the call. Looks like they're leaning towards B. Bombs outside with Simple. The AWP. Not ideal as they look to set up a smoke towards Monster. Lands very nicely indeed. We've had that a couple of times now. They'll have to push through it. Boomage lead the charge. Hasn't had the best showing so far in this series. Flashbang lands at their front door, and he's going to have to find his first. And he splits the difference, goes between both. Simple, though, I've got a feeling he's going to find a couple.
They're doing very well not giving him the lines of sight he needs.
Yeah, tucking themselves in towards that water position is the best place for him. They know he's got an AWP. They start dropping our utility now. These are flashbangs, work together. He's missed another shot. That's an access point. Apply the pressure. Lock them out. The Galil's doing great damage here. Sure, Issa goes down, but he dinked Electronic in the process there, and they're going to have to save with 15 seconds remaining. They have to go back again and save more and more weapons.
Yeah, OG are looking fantastic. All of these mid-round moves playing off of each other, the boost, the smokes, the flashes, everything's looking good. We came into this, Henry and I, and look, I'm going to stay with this stance. I still think it's unlikely that OG win this map, but let's paint a picture where they could. If they can get 8 or 9 CT-sided rounds, right? If they can get 8 or 9 CT-sided rounds, that's a decent half considering all of the other details here which we're putting into context. The fact they don't have many officials on it, they haven't had a chance to practice it that much, one would assume. When you're thinking, and Navi are a good team on this map, right? So if they get 8 or 9, that's pretty decent. And then the way that they abused Boomich in the last map and his tendencies, if they have another one of those, it doesn't necessarily have to be Boomich, it could be Flamey, it could be anybody. But if AlexiB has a couple of pocket strategies built around exploiting some tendencies here, they could win this map.
Well, they'll have to get through this round first, and there's a lot of firepower out there. It's the Krieg of Electronic, the Orb of Simple, both striking in the initial stages here of round number 12. There's the Eagle for Perfecto, unable to upgrade just yet, but there are guns available out there on the field as we level things out to a 3-on-3. Anyone's round at this stage. Orb of Mansu will be positioned on the flower bed towards long. Decides to fall back here. Lots of time on the clock, but they have been very efficient at running it down, I have to say. Simple with the Orb, they've got no grenades, but they have recovered the Krieg. That's in the hands of Flamey. No armor for him.
Nice little glimpse at the 3 remaining CT angles.
Very tense round, this one. Simple's alive, and you know it. He's got the AWP. No information. You know you're waiting for a mistake. And Mansu actually bests him there.
It was a leg shot trade. Mantu just aiming a little better than Simple in that case. And now Issa's going to find another Flamey, no armor, looking for a clutch, but Mantu's done more than enough.
Jesus.
A 7th now found for the CT side.
They got to be eco now.
I mean, there's 2 members on 3K.
I feel like the amount they've invested is coming back to bite them at this point.
They're buying, baby.
Simple can work with a Deagle. We've seen him actually do a lot of damage with a Deagle.
Like a Galil or a Deagle, but it's really not an ideal setup. They certainly would be bringing out the AWP. So Mac 10.
Give him a Krieg.
Perfecto's got a Glock. Is there anything else? There's another Mac 10.
I was going to say, if you got the Sanji treatment, oh no.
No one wants that.
I love that that's a thing now.
But we'll see all 5 players outside B. I think this is a set piece now, considering they've lost 3 rounds in a row. The defaults aren't working out, but they're running out of time. They've thrown all the grenades in here. Bowder burning to a crisp towards barrels, and then Mac 10's going to find him, surely.
You think so? Where on earth are OG? They're coming in from behind. That's where NBK's only going to get the 1. Flamey trading, 3v3. Alexi perhaps is going to go unchecked. We've seen the sandbags position for CTs actually prove very powerful, very potent.
They're not planting yet. He actually has time here to get Perfecto, the Mac 10, and that denies the plant as well. He jumps up the grenade. Not going to be enough, but does substantial damage towards Flamey. And leaves us in a 2 versus 1 now. Mansu knows where one player is, on towards our bomb site, but needs to segregate them here. Shot needs to come through quickly. Can he find it? Nails it. Knows he needs to stay alive at this point. Has got the advantage. Down to 6 HP, and Simple will finally take him down there. It felt like he had enough to get one more shot off, and it could have been the difference maker.
That would have been huge if Mansu won that 1-on-2 situation, but not getting that is going to be felt in quite, well, the hard manner here, because the economy for OG, these rounds being back and forth, how close some of these finishes have been, it's going to leave them with most likely only pistols here. You can see that he was ready.
What could he see? Okay, just the tip.
Yeah, Simple played that perfectly, right? Because there were so many positions that they did have to worry about, but ducking his head down means he couldn't have been taken off, and he was in a position to trade, which he did perfectly. But it will be the force buy. They've gone all in on this.
They really have. Oh, and they're bringing aggression. Mantu's feeling himself right now. He really is. He's found the first kill onto Boomich. Flash from AlexiB ensuring his survival. A second being thrown to engage a retreat. Valda's going for some aggressive AWPing onto Simple of all. And he can disappear. What just happened? OG, they've forced by and have brought the fight to Navi with a double kill to open the round.
When we spoke to Mantu in the interview, he said that Valda uses the AWP in practice and hits some absolute bangers of shots, but he hasn't really brought it out in official as well. Now we're seeing it.
Yeah, now he can swap it over. Mantu's happy to be given his weapon back. It's already covered in the blood of Simple.
That's a good point. Valda getting the AWP, showing some confidence and finding them. This huge advantage, but is it enough? Perfecto, Electronic, and Flamey will live on. Alexi B flashed in, and Perfecto gives up his position here. The nade just goes over the top and do so much damage here and lands in his face.
Ouch.
Recovering from the scenario, desperately just trying to stay alive at this stage. And we'll see them hold on to this small advantage they have. Remember, they came in with just pistols. They've got the AWP of Mantu. It has found a first opening frag. Valda to join in as well. 20 seconds remain. The timer again for Na'Vi. They're going to have to check this close position. Alexi B pretty much guaranteed a frag here. Just needs one. One bullet from the Deagle would be enough. Can't connect it. 10 seconds now.
Mantu does hit that shot. He's hitting them all at the moment. Bomb needs to be stopped, and Flamey's done a sensational job of enabling that bomb plant. But where is it?
No time.
Where is it? I'm not sure he's got time. Survive! Survive if you can! NBK will! And another round for OG. My goodness, Na'Vi, the clock, the 6th man on the OG squad, has done it again.
God.
We say, like, it's by the skin of your teeth a lot. That one right there is, and if they get through this round with a victory, considering the money situation, NBK was the only player to survive, and what he carried through was actually a CZ. He didn't even pick up a weapon. If OG are able to steal away a 9-6 lead going into half-time, considering the way that this game's played out so far, this is gritty Counter-Strike. You can see how much this means to them right here. They're battling in all these scenarios.
They're giving it their all. I think they're starting to believe as well that this is within the realms of possibility. To giant killers. Good tag onto Mantu just through the smoke. We'll keep him honest, but nothing concrete, nothing carbon.
So, the next round begins. Final round of this first half. Simple does have the AWP once more. Up against not much at all on the CT side. Winning that round will leave them with just MP9s and FAMASs here. They have to be a bit more active.
Yeah,
They've
look
won
how
the half.
active they're being, Henry.
Yeah, pushing off towards short, just trying to get information here. The flashbang will come over momentarily. In fact, they've just gone for the dry swing. And now, Flamey patrolling that area. Very tense out here. The only M4 available in the hands of NBK. Been fantastic so far, sitting by the smoke. Time ticking away once more. 45 seconds on the clock. Blades teams historically known to be some of the slowest of all time. Maybe seeing some of that play style reflected here on Overpass. Been a few rounds, it just hasn't been enough. Going into the last few moments, and once more they are locked out. NBK dropped though.
Yeah, that's going to start things. That's going to get the ball rolling.
They're going to be with a bomb?
It looks like it. They're
20
transitioning back
seconds.
through connector here. Valda's in the perfect position for this.
He's ready.
See Electronic checking it, and another double kill from Valda with 15 seconds. Alexi,
Incendiary.
this frag is everything. They're burning as well. They can't get through. 10 seconds, he can't even plant Perfecto. Oh, chaos ensues, and OG take 9 into the next half.
Running out of luck, too much in my cup. Nisi run it up. Why you won't strip it like you talk? Cause you not my team pop. Shorty, I know. Why you won't strip it like you talk? They can try, but can do it like Vinny. I ain't trippin'. They can try, but can't do it like Vinny. Yeah, no permission. I got it. You thought that I was blind, but to be honest, I don't mind. Cause I don't feel the same way I used to do. Every time I see you, I know the truth. Cause baby, every fucking time you've played me, you should know that I don't give a single fuck about you and your words. All the times you lied to me, I took notes. I don't know what to say. I thought you loved me, but you ran away. I've been living in the shadows for a while. Demons calling me from the afterlife. Dark doesn't faze me anymore. I can do my tears into gold. Yeah, yeah. I don't care, no, I don't care. Yeah, yeah. I don't care as if, 'cause baby, every fucking time you've played me, you should know that I don't give a single fuck about you and your words. All the times you lied to me, I took notes. I don't know what to say. I thought you loved me, but you I know people come and go away. Sun is low, that's my time to shine again. 'Cause baby, every fucking time you play me, you call my bluff for the last time. This ain't a song, it's a battle cry.
Alarm bells for Na'Vi as they have been continued to have the fight brought to them by OG. First Inferno, now Overpass, the second of a series and the second series of the day. My God, have OG brought the fight today?
Just looking at those scores, there's one name that really leaps off the page at this point. Boomich dropped 5 kills in Inferno and now going 2 and, what was it, 2 and 12 in the first half of Overpass. Really not looking his best at the Katowice.
No.
That swan song performance.
He is he's dipped on off a lot right here, and maybe OG have identified a lot of his tendencies to be punishing him as an individual right now, because that T-half would have been a hard one to call with how OG bounced on into it. The CT side is maybe where he can do some of his better work, though.
You'd hope so. It can't get a lot worse than that. 5 on Inferno, 2 in the first half here. We'll see if he can step it up. They won the pistol, then lost that second round force buy. We'll see what Boomich has got up his sleeve this time. It is a Glock headshot connecting towards Perfecto. Takes him down to 20. Hides behind the barrels for now. PT-50 for Valda, but no armor. As they continue their push up towards long. Just going to be Mantu there.
This pistol is everything for OG. For Na'Vi, look, they can still battle back through. We know the force buys are potent, but if OG win this pistol, they are setting themselves up with the potential to 2-0 Na'Vi, the team that just took down Astralis yesterday, the team that won IEM Katowice about a month ago, the team with the best player in the world. And right now, OG are poised, ready to bust out into the sewer position. Looks like it's going to be in control right now. Out they go. There will be spot. Electronic makes the call. They still have this utility. Looks like they're setting up towards B.
Here they come. Flashbang, very effective indeed. Flamey's going to do well to get a couple of kills here. Only good for the one. Electronic, nothing. And now Boomich, who hasn't had a good showing so far. He does a bit of damage, but it's a 4-on-1 for the big man himself. Issa, you are one brave individual. Even though it's a 4-on-1, Simple can win these rounds. You do not want to offer up kills for free. They're all giving it a go, but it will be Alexi to close things out there. Double digits for OG. Nice B execution of Thote, close things off, and great map control at the very start there. They got towards bathrooms, long, confirmed information there that the CTs didn't have.
Yeah, and right now for Na'Vi, traditionally it would be a force buy. It would be scouts, it'd be deagles, it'd be smokes, it'd be whatever.
I think it might be again.
They might be rocked at this point though, Henry, because their approach to the game, it isn't working right now.
You're dead on, but it is going to be the MP9s and deagles.
Here we go.
I've never seen a full eco Na'Vi. It doesn't occur too often. Once
like a blue moon.
Yes, exactly. And we will see a good chance of them winning it as well. That's why they do it so often. Like, for all the rounds we've seen falling away, like, they have saved a lot of games over the years.
That's true.
With these sort of purchases, and we'll see whether the Desert Eagles can perform once again.
I have a sneaking suspicion it's actually going to be that electronic 5-7 that finds that first blood. He's tucked in by the... Oh, he's not. He's playing the close corner. I thought he was hiding.
He won't get flashed as much if they do go for it, but he is good for one kill. He's not going to be landing it, though. Issa nails it. This is a force buy, remember, as well. Another huge round here. It might not seem like there are pistols out there, but Na'Vi are capable of winning these rounds. You have to treat it like a full gun round. And they've done damage towards Simple and Perfecto. They've got the man advantage here. Went for Galils instead of Mac 10s. I like that. I'm not sure why Na'Vi focus on Mac 10s and one rifle. I really prefer the Galil right now in today's game.
You need a mix for sure, but I think if it's predominantly SMGs, you're going to have a tough time, especially with the ranges on a map like Overpass.
If they're whittling down the clock with smokes, you've got Mac 10s and you're locked out, you can't boost over, you can't get picks, you're kind of stuck. Ooh. Speaking of boosts, here's one for Simple. I've got a feeling this one could be a little bit tasty.
Misses his first, they'll adjust, and now they know where one of the two remaining players are. He was the booster, not the boostee.
This is so thorough right now from OG. Just the details, right? The shallow flash on the corner initially to catch off Electronic, being aware of the connector push, using Molotovs, smoking them out, forcing them to either push through that, wait 20 seconds, or fall back. Either way, you've alleviated pressure onto the A site. Smokes are plenty. Good flashes. You could see how much pressure Simple was under. As soon as he misses a shot, instantly they react, and now Perfecto trying to survive. He gets taken down. All 5 survive for OG, and all they need is one gun round where they can exploit a tendency of NAVI, and they can close the door on this.
This is the second game for both of these teams in their second stage here of EPL Season 11. OG opened things up against Mouse Sports and lost 0-2. Na'Vi beat Astralis 2-1. If OG can come back and take down Na'Vi, another huge name in the table, this will be massive for them. A win like this could save their bacon.
OG are helping Astralis right now.
Yeah.
And Fnatic and FaZe and all these teams with this kind of a win.
You're absolutely bang on. I hadn't even thought about the round-robin ramifications.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
So, full eco here, 12-6 pretty much locked in, unless we'll see some sort of meltdown here from OG. Like I said earlier today, probably about 6 hours ago at this point, there are so many rounds that are won by USPs in today's game. You used to just have to treat the partial buys like gun rounds. Even these rounds can be deadly. You can see these stacks coming in, and there's already these weird setups. He has spotted 4 towards middle, so that's going to be the cue to just run towards B, but the CTs, of course, will be gallivanting over as well. But luckily, it will be MBK and ISAP. They've got full control of the B site. There should be no chance to give this up. It's only the Mac 10 that goes down, so that's perfect. They were hunting for information with Man2. He only gives up that one SMG. What a ding that is from Simple.
How does he do it? Oh, yeah, another one. NBK gets chunked down to 3 HP through a smoke and about 6 kilometers. Distance was never my strong suit, but NBK should be the one to, I was going to say get the frags, but looking at his health after that initial exchange with Simple, he's just going to contain and a perfect angle to exit.
Walking the tightrope there, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he is. This Molotov should deal with the push. Poor old Boomich is going to get his socks all burnt.
Boomich is a stubborn player in the form of aggression, and I've seen it in a lot of players over time. JW's one, but you've seen how JW's reinvented himself, right? Like, he still can get away with the aggression, but it's like today when we had him in the post-game interview, it was like, JW, this move here, you know, were you doing this intentionally? Like, yeah, we got told about that, and that's why I was playing like this. Whereas Boomich is, in a lot of situations, looks forced, because his job, he finds a lot of information, which then he can give to Simple and Electronic, and they can capitalize, right? But at the moment, he's just getting blown out of the server, and him still with only 2 kills to his name.
Yep.
He's hemorrhaging right now. This is like having Zeus on the team still.
That's 7 kills over 2 maps now, and we're going into round number 19 of the second. So really not ideal. You're dead on with the comparison there. Like, it is dead weight at this point. It's a player that was so stubborn on the first that you were losing rounds by virtue of his aggression, that was unrelenting. The in-game leader, no one's going to be there to tell him to stop, I suppose. He kept doing it. He's pulling the strings. And now, admittedly, very good performance from OG, but he just hasn't shown up to this series at all. And he was one of their MVPs over at Katowice, which led them to the trophy. Like, he had some amazing moments. Normally, you'd be thriving in your own environment.
Perhaps just as he was growing accustomed to the LAN environment, he's been thrown back into the environment that he cut his teeth on.
Yeah.
It's going to be a while of a acclimatization process.
Well, this is a huge round. This could decide the game. There'll be eco after this if Na'Vi give it up on the CT side. The loss bonuses won't be there for them.
And
Might just be force buys for the
if
rest
they'll
of the
be
half.
as thorough. That's what I'm intrigued about. You know, will they check Electronic? I'm seeing so many backs turned. They may be operating under the assumption that it's clear. So many backs exposed, and it's checked. That will spring everything to life. Electronic has found RV, the opening kill they needed, and he's just retreated back. That does incite them to charge into the Simple AWP. This is feeling much more like a Na'Vi round, and Simple connecting AWP shots is a good start, but now Alexi trading, they do have access to the site. Rotate from Boomich, it's a Molotov. He is often like a moth to the flame, but this time he's more reserved. Flamey on the flank.
Huge, huge trade there towards Simple. The fact he only gets 1 kill in that round, he's there. absolute clutch player, always finding multiple kills. And this time they've actually got an even situation, a 3-on-3. Remember, if they win this, it will be maximum loss bonus for the CTs. Will only get them so far. Great shot coming in from Valda. Perfecto now, left of Boomich, who's only got 2 kills to his name. They have got a smoke for the bomb. They've dropped it on top now and need to remember the lineup here, Valda. Throws out the flashbang. The defuse will be coming in momentarily, but they don't have a defuse kit. It might not matter, as it looks like they're absolutely fine.
Oh, saved by the bell, saved by the Perfecto smoke as well. He did that underhand from Bank's side. Had to make sure it was perfect. And he does manage to acquire the 7th. It was a necessary round for Na'Vi.
They hadn't touched the bomb when both the kills had come in at that point. I feel like the smoke was just causing too much of a ruckus there. Had they just basically stayed AFK in the bathrooms, they win the round because there were no kits available, right? But obviously they don't have that information, and it will be Na'Vi scraping together a round after finding the first pick. Comes down to the 2 versus 1, but they keep 2 players alive, recover the AWP. Still the same story, though. They're fully invested. They give this round up, their money will be broken, and they'll be 13-7 down. A lot more stable this round with the AK-47 out there in the hands of Perfecto, but Flamey just with the MP9. So 3-1 in the second half. 9-6 to OG to finish the first. Making their way through connector. 3 players here. In terms of CT presence, not a whole lot. Just 1 player on the A side of the map. That's Electronic. Got the opener before. Flamey needs to be careful. That's a very vulnerable position to multiple angles. You can be boosted behind on the window as well, but he has got Boomich to watch that angle. You can see that's why he's got his crosshair towards that particular spot. An opening kill.
Oh dear. That shouldn't happen.
And it's Perfecto to save the day. He can do this.
He's got the first onto Monster. Issa flashed off, and now Simple's rotating in. Will catch the flash player. The flashes keep coming, but so do the frags. Perfecto's done such good work. Valda was full flash, just gets shut down. Same could be said for Issa. And now the advantage is just completely and totally shifted. To try and extend that was Simple. A ballsy maneuver. Mantu's trying to bait Simple into a peek. Alexi over the smoke.
Simple playing this so well.
And they're playing with the X-ray off. This is nice just to see if he was going to get any sort of information. As it fades, nothing. Not a peep.
All it takes is 1 player to step out of line here, and it'll all crumble down, but they are playing it very well. You can see a very disciplined Na'Vi at this point. OG waiting for the mistake, but they're running out of time here. 10 seconds. Alexi will have to drop off in the next 3 and just go for it. It's Mantu. He makes the first move. Doesn't work out for them. This round is falling apart. Trying to cause financial damage at this stage. Doesn't work out. And even after finding the first 2 opening kills there, Chad, Perfecto with the AK-47 saves the day. Ruins the finances of OG. And potentially keeps Na'Vi alive.
Yeah, Perfecto staying alive actually enabled Simple to get a free AWP kill because you could see as they were coming on through, check this out, he gets the first. So the player that Simple kills is actually facing towards Perfecto's position. Simple just shoots him in the back because they're so laser focused on clearing out this B bomb site.
Well, they've already got 2 kills on the site, right? So they're going to assume that's all that's left. There's going to be 1 player remaining with Simple's already rotated over. You can see Boomer's starting to find some impact now as well. Gets himself a couple more frags, up to 4. Never too late to arrive.
They can still, look, this map from start to finish, we have painted as a Na'Vi win. The fact that they are behind here doesn't change the fact that they are the favorite in this map. Even though maybe the odds have shifted, OG have looked threatening at points, they've started to play some fantastic CS. But Na'Vi are the favorites, that's for sure.
And a reminder, of course, that the rounds that they have been picking up, as you can see there with the hypothetical, have been 1 versus X situations. Clutches have kept Na'Vi afloat. Now, well, they've got a real opportunity to close this gap. It was a 9-6 half. Of course, you could see OG got off to a flying start, 4 rounds on the trot, but now it's Na'Vi's turn. Just a single piece of Kevlar and a Desert Eagle. That's fortunately not hit any of their priority targets. The nade does do good damage, though. Mantu cut down to 50. And ideally, they just explode. Somehow it's not ending in a Flamey or Perfecto 4K. I don't know how it's not going to end in a Perfecto or Flamey 4K.
Normally how these ones go down, isn't it?
Choose. Here you go. Which one's getting it?
Flip a coin.
I reckon Flamey.
3 will do. Perfecto's stolen 1, and it won't be Flamey to find another. Perfecto takes 2. Flamey will take the 3, and we have a nice and expected 9th for Na'Vi.
I really feel like OG had to win that previous round towards B.
Yeah.
They've given Na'Vi an access back into the game now. After getting those initial picks, a 5-on-3 scenario, you'd think they'd close it out, but a gut punch from Perfecto and Flamey in the previous round are shutting down this eco. Nothing really to write home about. They do deny the plan, though. As we get into the next tier, we will see what the finances look like momentarily. 12-9 at this stage. Navi on the trail back, though, on the favored CT side of their map pick.
So if there are any pocket strategies that have been worked on from OG, we're going to see it come out within probably the next 2 to 3, maybe 3 to 4 rounds when they need a bailout, when they know that Navi's economy is kept kind of low. They need something. They need an edge into the game. So far, it's just been this default spread. The 2 opening picks that they had forced them onto the B bomb site. You think about this. We've only played 2 gun rounds so far in this half for OG. They won the pistol. They made sure that they converted the force. And then they were able to convert against the eco.
Yeah.
From there, they had the gun round. They lost the following gun round. Then they had to take a save. So only 2 gun rounds so far within this second half. And they've been threatening rounds. So there is a chance.
A chance Na'Vi will do everything within their power to avoid. Flamey aggressive in that monster tunnel. I'm intrigued to know what's going to happen when that smoke fades. Okay, so he is playing more passive now.
Yeah, they've got 3 players actually focused towards Monster at this stage. Boomich will be on the bomb side patrolling short, but he's backing the boys up with flashbangs if required. Smoke will go down, MBK makes a footstep. They know he's coming, flashbang to follow. Here it comes. Down he goes surely. Can't get one of those. Too much.
Sees 2 though. He calls 2 holding monster. Now they might spring to life towards A. Simple and Electronic to hold it. There's no better duo to do the job, do it dirty, and already Electronic's found ahead. Alexi B's gone down. A 5 versus 3. Issa has to do something rather heroic, rather spectacular, and he just will fall flat. Instead, Valda, he's just going to try and keep this. Krieg, maybe just take a couple of CT players down.
Yeah, that's all he can do at this point. Na'Vi look way too comfortable out there at this point. Boomich is the only player to be dropped. Valda will survive. Maybe not for long, though. He's tucked in the corner. He'll be taking out his time
there.
Yeah, so he'll get no extra money going forward. You can see $600. That's all he'll be left with as the loss bonus gets to the 4th stage. That's 4 rounds in a row against them. Full eco, I assume. Maybe a partial buy for a few of them. Valda certainly won't be joining them.
He's only going to have 4K next round. That's assuming he takes a full eco right now. So with that in mind, actually they have 1 more round loss before they get the full max loss bonus, right? They've only lost 4 in a row. So 1 more. Next round they get 34.
Next round they get 34.
Yeah. So he'll have that 4K, which can facilitate an AK and a grenade, or he'll have to buy a Galil and opt for the full utility. But it looks like another B play.
Yeah, and one that could be met by this HE. Luckily, no one there to receive it, but they have got through the smoke at least.
Line up, line up.
Looking for the boosted players. They'll happily sit here for a good 40 seconds.
Shooting gallery.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But for now, just going to try and get the bomb down towards B. Hopefully catch a player with a nade out. It's the only way these rounds can really work out for you.
All of Na'Vi are gun on at this point. Draw them in, and well, that's the pain train reaching its logical station. Boomich will actually grab himself a nice 3K, which will help pad the stats just a little bit from what has been solid ADR again from Boomich, heading in towards the 60 region after that round, but now it's crunch time. The weapons are going to be back out. You said Galil, Chad, you're bang on. Valda's had to make a sacrifice due to dying after time in the round before.
3 Kriegs.
3 Kriegs.
No warp. 1
Galil. And Mantu's Krieg has been fantastic today. Remember, on that first map performance of Inferno, he got, what, 25 kills and only 5 were with the actual AWP?
Yeah.
So his rifle has been great. There's not a requirement on the T side to get the All power. There's a nice little smoke there to extinguish the flames early on.
You could use that to fake when you're doing a 5-minute something else.
Yeah, good idea.
They still haven't done a pocket execute that I was hoping to see come through.
This would be the time to do it, right? Your defaults, you're just not winning out in the 1v1 duels. You just wanted to get some post-plant situations down, or maybe Valda wants to help himself to a couple of kills in the connector. How has that gone through?
That's one of the classic smoke gimmicks that we've been talking a lot about recently. He's just pipped the timing. That's a nutmeg.
Is that a classic nutmeg?
That's a nutmeg.
That he goes through the corner. They've got no idea. They're waiting on the smoke. He's nutmegged them. And we're going to have a 5-on-3, but we're not done yet. Remember, we have got Simple alive here. Perfecto has had some heroics here on the B side of the map. Flamey, tucked in the corner of a Krieg as well, could do a lot of damage. And they need to go together. The spacing has to be strong here. Oh, the flashbang's going to be essential. Oh, no. This falls apart again. As we go into a 3 versus 2, they still have the advantage, but maybe not for long. Valda's so incredibly low. Trying to get this bomb down. No HEs, at least from the CT side, so that can happen.
Yes, and he needs to start that plan. They're going to smoke and boost. It will be rather predicted and actually nearly a collateral. He's done it again, Simple. In one game alone, he's tagged down another. The wall bang wasn't far off.
Coming.
He does connect. Issa straight through the boxes. Anders, that one's for you. And now Valder thrown into a 1 versus 2 to convert a round he started. It would not be in this mess if it was not for Valder and his incredible double kill. But now Na'Vi, they have the advantage, and in a very big way.
They might assume he's towards short. He might want to fire. Let's not fire at all here. And that's the thing. I think if he'd just gone full AFK at that point,
full naughty.
Let them look towards short. That's the only way he wins the round, because the trade was always going to come in there. But a nice attempt, gets one, but still Na'Vi tied up.
It's another 1vx situation for Perfecto. I know he just had the trade off of Simple, but still converting that situation.
This is how the round started, though, Chad. When there's a 5-on-3 in favor of OG, they still lost the round.
This was almost a double here. It could have been done and dusted right there. Simple will find the frag, so giving us something to get excited about there. But yeah, Perfecto converting that, it's still going to go on his stat line as a 1vx situation. So regardless of how he does it, the safe pair of hands continues.
He's had 2 of them.
And if you have a look here, that plant has facilitated with the max loss bonus that OG can continue to buy. They're getting close. You know, look, the CT economy is not great. Simple has some money. Electronic has a bit of residual. Flamey just enough. They get one of these rounds on the board here. They're able to make it relatively clean. Is 6 on the trot for Na'Vi. They are starting to mount.
Starting to perhaps weigh up just how much is at stake here.
2 opening kills to Galil. You don't see that too often. And somehow the round's not progressing. Suggests that we might be done here on Overpass. OG unable to find a round in the last 6. They've been so close. And again, they've lost the opening frag. It's Electronic to open things up. A minute on the clock here. They fall back. They've still got smokes, incendiaries, kits, of course, and an AWP for Simple. Not the same story for Man2. They could win a 5-on-3. I'm not sure they'll win a 4-on-5.
Yeah, the way you frame it's a good point. Advantages have been squandered in the past by OG.
So it'll just be a B finish here. They can smoke heaven, Molotov barrel, flash over. That's the only point of access here to B. That's it.
So many Molotovs.
There's the molly, smoke heaven, 1 flash, that's all they've got.
That was a very responsive smoke from Boomich. He had the pin pulled. He was ready to throw it. He wants them to really be convinced, but not going to happen. Instead, it's going to be Flamey from heaven to find the first. Valder, good shot through the smoke and tapping away at the head of Flamey. Does convert another, perhaps a few more twists. Perfecto has other plans, though, as another save of the day. Double kill from Perfecto puts 13 on the board for Na'Vi.
Well, I questioned after map 1 if anybody else was going to show up to join Simple and Electronic, and Flamey and Perfecto, well, they've come to the bat signal. Boomich still lacking a little bit, but now they're coming online. You could see the way that this game started. They were very, very cautious on their T side. They got those 6 rounds. OG did a fantastic job to bounce on back. They've been playing some very good Counter-Strike, but it's been gritty CS, and it's still gritty right now. The thing is, they just can't get these final frags.
No, they can't. And now they'll be left with another partial buy scenario. The MAC-10's coming out, and this is where Na'Vi start to feel themselves. They've got resources now. They can afford to lose a round, in fact. They actually have the lead. And they have T-sided weaponry, and they're going to have a bit more freedom on the map. This is where they'll start to be extra dangerous, and they've already got 6 rounds in a row.
We're seeing more and more players do what Electronic's done as well. He knows there's not going to be head armor in the majority, and so given the option, he's chosen to go for the MP9. It means he can play a different style of Counter-Strike, and with his current position, he is actually doing exactly what he would have done with the rifle. He's just playing in towards those toilets. Oh, and he could just get a mad spray down here. There are going to be MAC-10s hunting him down, though, so it's SMG v SMG. And, ooh, NBK was all too well prepared for that one. He will draw first blood. Na'Vi are going to have to send Simple back out of the site so they can play retake. He's all alone, and he's already caught Issa on the cross.
Doesn't seem to miss this kid. They will be towards the A-star, going to try and swarm him now. The quick scope connects, and he knows he's going to get a couple more here. He connects that.
God.
This guy is on another playing field right
Simple,
now.
stop
This is
it.
insane.
He's just winning the round single-handedly. Showboating while he does it, leaping through smoke. Simple shot onto NBK was absurd. Oh my God, this is just Na'Vi with their powerhouse online, I guess is the best way to describe it. The powerhouse continues, 23rd frag for him in that one. Flamey's alongside him, Electronics on par. Let's see this shot again. So this is cool, whatever. This wallbang transition into NBK it goes from that into I know you're pushing, and he even manages to land another tag here with a no-scope through the smoke, even getting another kill, of course, onto the platter.
Ridiculous scenes. No one else can do it quite like Simple.
They put the AWP in Mantu's hands, Henry. You think they're going to send him out, see if they can take him on?
Mantu, do you think you can kill Simple? Not sure anyone can at this point. The Untouchable will be sniping once again. This time positioning himself towards the A site. Deep back and towards the site itself. Not going to be challenging towards connector or middle. One more round will do it. Remember, it's Dust 2 coming up next, which feels like a certainty at this point. 8 rounds in a row for Na'Vi. After such a great campaign on the T side here. OG got the pistol, the 3-0 conversion, and the amount of 1vx situations they've had, what, 3 or 4 now, that just haven't worked in their favor, or opening picks that just fall flat. It doesn't seem like they have enough on Overpass to really convince me they can get themselves out of this mess.
That 2v2 is still so concrete in my mind. The Perfecto underhand smoke, they're both dying before they even touch the bomb.
Yeah, that was the turning point, I think.
Yeah.
Like the moment they gave that one up with such little time, the fact the bomb was even about to explode and they didn't even touch it with no kits, begs the question as to whether OG have enough in the tank to actually put this one over the line. They have no smokes remaining now. A Molotov, a couple of flashes, MBK desperately hunting for anything towards B. They all know it's a illusion. No one's falling for that at all. All right. That's got to be one of the most lackluster things we've ever seen. Simple, go take care of them at A.
Yeah, and he's already hit his first. Electronics hit the second. A is a scary prospect when Electronic and Simple are hitting their shots. Mantu did go kill Simple, but it is the only frag that OG are going to be posting in the round. 15 for Na'Vi. They've found the momentum they needed to continue to keep OG honest. We are setting our sights then on Dust 2. The third map in this series if OG fall flat at the mark here in round 28. There is going to be some concessions in the buy. Their T side, to describe what OG have been going through, it feels like it's just been a B, Perfecto and Flamey, A, and a Simple Electronic. That's kind of been their walls. 2 different pairings, but both have been thriving every time they throw their bodies towards the site.
Could be the final round here, chaps. 3 in a row for OG. This seems like a distant dream at this point. I'm not sure they're going to be able to do much with the connector hold. See whether this is where Na'Vi put them out of their misery here on the T side. Not a single gun round falling in their favor. Operating with Galils and just 2 smokes now. Simple, even blind for a second, just making them look foolish out there.
Wow.
We're done.
We are so done. That's Simple, just a man possessed. Alexi caught a bullet as well before he goes down. There's 4 members of Na'Vi still standing. It's 16 written all over it. It's just a question of execution. Flamey's not taking any chances. Incendiary, and the frags come in. We're going to our third. Dust 2 will be where OG Na'Vi is decided. Na'Vi dust themselves down with a spectacular CT.